incredible. Absolutely incredible. A man like Dereiss squares up to the man formerly known as Kalisto, Samuray del Sol, in a Slammasters Wrestling ring.
For the first time ever, it's the Lyrical Dragon versus a Lucha Dragon. Samuray del Sol and man like Dereiss. And just listen to this. Lovely show of respect there from Del Sol and Dereiss.
A split crowd, as you can imagine, supportive of both individuals in this contest. The longest reigning Slammasters Wrestling champion of all time to date, man like Dereiss. Very popular when it comes to the banking hall. It's the Lucha Libre GOAT. He referred to himself on the entrance.
The GLOAT, greatest lucha of all time.
It's a strong statement. Dereiss absolutely working the hips there.
As Shakira would say, the hips don't lie, RC.
Well, you're absolutely correct about that. They don't lie.
Mine just click.
Mine just ache.
I'm sure Samuray del Sol has a lot in store for us here tonight.
Well, Dereiss back with a new one on that occasion, changing it up for the Lucha Gloats.
We've got a brand new release from Dereiss tonight. Never expected that one.
What a match this is set to be. Still got the Slammasters Championship on the line to come. And here we go. Both men lock up centre of the ring. The stature of Samuray del Sol is very Rey Mysterio in person, isn't it? You look at him and literally he could be Rey Mysterio in the ring right now.
I'm choosing to describe myself as very Rey Mysterio from now on when asked how tall I am. Dereiss rolling out of that into a wrist lock of his own, and now Samuray del Sol has to try and find a way out of this one.
Samuray del Sol would have fit in last night at the New Worlds Collide, AAA and WWE, of course. He is here tonight in the banking hall, putting on a clinic.
And Worlds Collide tonight. It's Birmingham Grime star, man like Dereiss, and Lucha sensation, Lucha legend, if we're being completely frank about everything, Samuray del Sol.
Yep, it was a Money in the Bank weekend. We're in the banking hall. There isn't a Money in the Bank match that doesn't go boiling. You don't think Kalisto was a human highlight reel in there. And this man now, under obviously the moniker of Samuray del Sol, is in the ring taking on man like Dereiss.
It doesn't matter the name, but the mask, the wrestler, everything about him remains exactly the same. What you see is what you get with Samuray del Sol, and you're about to get an absolute delight, I can assure you of that. As both of these men once again staring down.
Both men at this current moment in time just even Stevens, if you will. Shoulder tackle.
Didn't quite go the way Del Sol wanted it to.
No, not at all. Dereiss, of course, got a hefty frame. He's not one of the biggest men in professional wrestling himself, but he does well with his size, and he is, of course, bigger than Samuray del Sol.
He is indeed. Dereiss has a lot of power behind him as well as a lot of speed, as you can see, but Samuray del Sol putting that to the test.
Both roll through. Arm drag takeover, sending Dereiss for the ride. Samuray del Sol looking now for that chop, and up to the top rope. Could we see the man that Eddie Guerrero's? Oh, Ray Phoenix style. Samuray del Sol now. And arm drag through. Very impressive.
That was some good lucha things from Samuray del Sol, and now caught himself. Look at that. Now that is lucha libre, my friend.
Indeed it is. And the crowd are going wild already.
Not something you see every day on the mean streets of Cardiff is a bit of lucha libre. Samuray del Sol bringing something new to the banking hall, something we haven't seen before, realistically. But here's the thing, in a match like this, Dereiss, of course he knows exactly who Samuray del Sol is. Everyone knows Samuray del Sol. Dereiss becoming very well known now. Samuray del Sol would have heard of Dereiss, but tonight, Dereiss needs to make sure that Samuray del Sol leaves knowing exactly who he is.
With the drop kick, absolutely. And man like Dereiss will be putting in all the time and effort to get that done. Up and in. Samuray del Sol catching the better of man like Dereiss at this present moment in time until the curse of the commentator strikes. Dereiss got him for a full away slam and lands it. And Dereiss now about to show out himself here in this one.
Looks like the lower back may have been impacted by that though, RC.
Dereiss got the do-rag on, so the look is there. Hits him with a strong Enziguri in the corner. Big back body drop sends over Samuray del Sol into the cover. Man like Dereiss using all of that upper body strength there just to press a little bit more on his opponent, forcing the kick out.
And a bigger kick out, the more energy you exert, which could prove to really pull you back in the later stage of this match. You don't want to exert all of your power
without a shadow of a doubt.
Energy early on.
You're absolutely correct. Both men will have strong gas tanks, that's for sure. But ultimately, at some point, one is going to be stronger than the other. When it comes to experience in these situations, obviously that goes in the favour of Samuray del Sol. But we have seen time and time again the heart and desire of man like Dereiss in this building and beyond.
Dereiss always finds a way ahead, as you said, longest reigning Slam Masters heavyweight champion.
Oh, Samuray del Sol getting back into it and drives Dereiss into the apron. And what a kick that is to the chest area of man like Dereiss.
We could have seen Dereiss challenging perhaps for the Slam Masters Championship tonight, but James Ellis was able to find a way to defeat him last show at our very last event here at the Banking Hall, and we know how that ended. At the end of that night, James Ellis was the champion.
Oh, almost like a 619 there to the lower back on the apron, and man like Dereiss chucked back in the ring. Off comes the do-rag, and Kalisto, Samuray del Sol, I do apologise, when you've known him by that moniker for so many years, watching him week in, week out, he's starting to get it a little bit spot on, shall we say, when there's a change.
I think you could be forgiven for that one, RC, but right now, Samuray del Sol,
he's got Karate Kid with that one.
He's adding something new to his already very phenomenal mask.
Up to the top rope, and Dereiss out the way, and up and over, look at that.
Oh my God.
About a deep 6, that was a deep 18. Could it be all?
That was 30,000 leagues under the sea. Unbelievable from Dereiss.
Incredible. Dereiss sent him spinning around like a supersonic tornado, if you will. Man like Dereiss looking to take the chest of Samuray del Sol to the woodshed.
Spinning him like a DVD in a broken PlayStation 2. Absolutely incredible.
Oh, the memories. And another one. And off the ropes. Oh! And now, man like Dereiss evening up the odds, working on the back and chest of his opponent, making sure both of these individuals are feeling the impact before we get any deeper in this contest. Clothesline, cover, and only a 2. Nonchalant really, you'd like to see him hook the leg in this situation. It's probably his biggest test to date. He's, definitely by reputation, his strongest opponent today. Dereiss should be locking in and putting that pinfall into full effect.
You've got to think that Dereiss has learned a lot about Lucha Libre from training with the people he has. He's trained recently with Natty Neidhart and Tyson Kidd. Tyson Kidd, of course, has wrestled frequently Samuray Del Sol back during his time as a Lucha Dragon, alongside Cinta de Oro, as he was known then, Sin Cara, of course. So Tyson Kidd maybe have passed on some knowledge of Samuray Del Sol to Dereiss when this match was first announced. You've got to think.
Once again, he's almost like the upper chest, which obviously Dereiss is in position. He's almost relying on that when it comes to the pinfall, rather than going for the leg hook.
Well, this is Samuray Del Sol versus Samuray Del Swole in man like Dereiss. Quite a large man. I was stood next to him earlier on. I thought I wouldn't want to get on his bad side, to be honest with you, RC.
Leg drop delivered. Samuray Del Sol, you say?
A man like Dereiss, but Samuray Del Sol, he's a big guy. The height may be deceiving. Samuray Del Sol has a lot of strength behind him as well. Very capable fighter, not just in Lucha Libre, but has also trained in multiple submission styles as well.
You understand why you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of a man like Dereiss. He is, of course, from the 0-1-2.
Into the cover now.
Second capital of the country.
The what capital?
The second capital.
Oh, the second capital.
Yeah, so London falls, Birmingham gets it.
I thought the second capital of England would be the end, but there we go. Samuray Del Sol, huge spike hurricane Rana.
Dereiss, very, very close to picking up the victory there. These two men giving it all here at the banking hall. Dereiss down and working that head, neck back into it as the Lucha Dragon calls for the banking hall to give him life.
Could he be looking for the Salida del Sol, perhaps?
Looks like it.
This move brought him multiple championships in his career, including the United States Championship and the WWE Tag Championship on a previous occasion. But Dereiss now firing off forearms to the jaw of Del Sol.
When you think of the history of the United States Championship, to have that championship around your waist as a singles competitor is an absolute honour.
Championship held by the likes of Harley Race, of Ric Flair, Eddie Guerrero, to be more recent as well.
And over John Cena, Steve Austin, some of the greats in our business.
Absolutely right. Ricky Steamboat's had that championship as well. I'm sure Samuray Del Sol wears the fact that he was a United States champion with pride.
And talk about Lucha, that was the 619 from Dereiss. Up and drop kicks him. That could be all.
Who needs a chiropractor when you have that double stomp from Dereiss?
Unbelievable action here in this one. Man like Dereiss landing that from 3/4 of the way across the ring.
Man like Dereiss truly is an exceptional athlete.
Hold on a minute. You talk about who he's been training with as of recent. This looks like a familiar position to be in. Montreal, if you will.
Has he been given the green light to use this move? This is incredible. A great seal of approval to be able to use this move.
For the sharpshooter, but rolled up and kicks out. Dereiss.
Great evasion.
Out of nowhere, hits it. Could be all she wrote. Has Dereiss picked up the biggest win of his career? So close, but yet so far away.
Both men have utilized some incredible evasive techniques in this match so far, but that may be one of my favorites from Dereiss to be able to avoid that there.
Dereiss looking to end this one now with some lucha of his own. A 450 splash is synonymous with man like Dereiss.
It absolutely is. A move first popularized, if you could believe, by Scott Steiner.
Oh, I can believe it.
Scott Steiner can't.
Can't do the math anymore, can he?
Well, the numbers don't lie. Dereiss up to the top, and this spells disaster for him at Sacrifice.
Does indeed. As Samuray Del Sol going up to meet him, catches him on the side of the head there. Man like Dereiss in a perfect position for maybe a Frankensteiner.
Del Sol now up to the top. We've great person to speak about moments ago.
Oh,
the great innovator himself. Look at
Spanish
that!
fly, inverted, but nonetheless gets it, and 2.99. Wait a minute, following up the lucha, and finish there, misses.
Look for a 450 of his own.
And Dereiss from a springboard 450 to a top rope 450.
Samuray Del Sol trying to move out the way. Did he move far
Oh,
enough?
we
No,
got
he
him!
did not.
That's gotta be all! Oh! Unbelievable! 2.99 again! And you just can't call it at this stage who is gonna pick up the victory. What a match! And absolutely right, Slammasters indeed rings around the banking hall for the 7th time here tonight.
Lucha Libre, one of the most awe-inspiring styles of professional wrestling I have ever been fortunate enough to see.
Fast, it's furious,
and
Dereiss, lucha.
Dereiss right now, he's in there with the gloat, and he is doing very, very well.
Oh,
hold on, or is he?
And almost just like that, catching powerbomb. Could be, and got him. Nailed it into the sharpshooter.
Stepping through.
Man like Dereiss.
And he's got it locked in.
All the way from the Neidhart dungeon. Has locked it in.
Shades of Natty Neidhart and a famous wrestling dynasty.
Man like Dereiss talking away at the back of Samuray Del Sol. Dragging him into the middle of the ring.
It's locked in deep, I see.
This has got to be one of the most painful submissions you can ever think to be wrapped in. Can Samuray Del Sol get out of it?
The knees, the lower back.
And he got there. He got to the ropes. This match will continue. Unbelievable.
But with the amount of damage that the sharpshooter inflicts on the lower back, on the legs, on the knees especially, Lucha Libre, Samuray Del Sol, he relies a lot on flying. He's going to struggle to get up to that top rope with one damaged leg or two damaged legs, RC. This was a genius play from Dereiss.
You're very much right, and the tactics have to be spot on when the situation calls for it. And
hold on,
so big.
Hooked out,
got
hooked
it.
ahead.
He got it.
Salida Del Sol. Dereiss just kicked out of the Salida Del Sol.
You
hold on, he just
have got to be kidding me. Out of nowhere to start with came the finishing move that we all know and love.
Samuray Del Sol just looked ahead out of nowhere, delivered a picture-perfect Salida, and still Dereiss was able to get that shoulder up, a 2.995 recurring. Unbelievable, Jeff.
As the banking hall are absolutely with us on this one. And here we go again.
Looking for it again, Salida dos. Or not.
O'Connor roll. Kicks out. Rolls him through.
And for a victory roll there.
And again, referee being made to work on this one. As we are deep in this match, and it could be one quick pinfall away from the free count. Kick to the midsection, slows things down. Up goes Dereiss, down goes Dereiss. Dereiss trying for his own, reverses back. Quicker than a hiccup is this one. And here we go again.
Hold on, looking for it again, looking for another Salida, unable to get it. Dereiss fighting it off at every turn, look at this.
Sunset rolls through, got him into the two, rolls back through, and again another kick out. These two men are not giving up.
How do they have the energy?
Oh, wait a minute, he got him, that's it.